Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. Oh, I've got a mess going on. Look at my hands. This is, okay, I've got some Speedball super pigmented acrylic ink. And the lid was basically cemented into place. I had no idea that it would dry like that. I thought I had some channel lock pliers somewhere to get into this, and I've tried for 30 minutes to open it, so I gave up, punched a hole in the lid, and I've put the ink into a glass jar. So you know what, that looks really easy to knock over, so I might end up doing something else with that. What I wanted to play with though is some, hopefully, and before I just run off on a tangent, let's check something out here. I think this is exactly what I want. Usually something that's pigmented is not, I think pigments are not always water soluble. And what I wanted to do on this page, I should test this again. I love fountain pens. I don't use them all the time, but occasionally I get in the mood to use one. I know they're probably mostly for writing, but I wanted to make some lines on this page like a butterfly, and I want something with some color. I thought I would just get this blue ink out and kind of go around, you know, make the shape of a butterfly wing. Fountain pens are a lot of fun. I think they take some practice. You have to dip it until this little space there is holding some ink, and that's what, there's like a reservoir there, and then when that's full of ink and you've kind of gotten the excess off of the nib, the very tip, it runs out pretty smoothly. So let's make some lines down through here. What I wanted to do is work with a permanent ink for some heavy distinctive lines in the wing, and then something water soluble to go along with that. Just gonna kind of do something, you know, from memory. It doesn't have to be. Butterfly wings are kind of magical. As long as you get a pretty close to the shape, you can wing it somewhat. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry a little bit. Your fountain pen is something you want to keep clean. So before I make a huge mess, let's put this cap on here and not put it nearly as tight as I had put it on this thing. There's still more ink in there I need to pour into another container. I've picked out some of the, whoa, I don't want to get my sleeve in that. I've picked out some of the Neocolor II. These are water-soluble pastels. They're like crayons, and Jennifer sent these to me. I love these so much. I want to just start putting some color into the wings, and we're going to hope that this pigmented ink by Speedball is, you know, not so water soluble. Let's get some of this color in and just take a paintbrush and start working that color around. And I want it to be kind of organic, like just let the water take it where it wants to go. There is a magic to that, and I'm not that versed in watercolors. I am going to come back and add some bits of a different color of purple. You can see that tag in the background that we added. Let's color right through that spot of water. Just let these colors run. I wonder about a little bit of yellow. Let's dry this off a little bit. And then some blue. I wonder if we put a couple of, let's make a couple of circles. I have an idea. Let me grab something real quick. Jennifer also sent me some beeswax. And I know that wax is not water soluble. So I'm going to use a little bit of wax inside this circle, here, and then inside this circle. Try to keep the watercolor from getting in that spot. Now let's just start blending this blue. And probably, I know different shaped brushes do different things. Probably using the wrong brush. I'm notorious for just grabbing whatever. Yep, it did leave that spot clean. Looks like it did pick up a little bit of that that ink. Can't even think. The Speedball. Where I stained the background is taking away from the color a little bit. I could have done it on this page. You can do it on lighter paper and you'll see the colors more. That's my thought. I'm gonna get my dip pen again, and oh, I wish this would open. Let's get back into this. I've pretty much dried this page off. Let's get this dip pen working again, because I want to come back and add a little bit more. Okay, you can see that's running a tiny bit because I didn't dry that enough. That's okay. I don't want too much running there. And I actually see a little bit more water. I did want to try this this beautiful Speedball ink. Now I wonder, I really like that. I don't think I'm going to use any more of this. What I am going to come back with is a Sharpie. It's a fine tip. I thought about using a heavier. A thicker tip, but I think I just want this one. And if I can just get a line out here. There, I think that, I mean, even though it's not really, it doesn't jump out at you, I think it helps to show that it's a butterfly. And we could put a little bit of black in here. You know, you can also add Just a few more lines here and there. I love the way that turned out. Then on this page, I'm going to write my journal entry. And some entries are really personal. Not every entry has to be. And I do want to write something down. Speaking of gifts from the universe, today is the 5th, and I received a beautiful box of fabric from Kathy. And that is a lady I have met through the Birdsong community and Etsy, and it was just the nicest letter and the most beautiful fabric. I want to be more mindful of things like this and truly appreciative. And Kathy gave me her blessing to share this fabric in the fun packs and the fabric packs, so stay tuned for that. I definitely wanted to make a note of that. Getting back to the journal entry though, let's find a pen that I want to write with. I also need some more writing pens out here. Hopefully this Pilot G2 has enough ink in it to get us through this journal entry. Let's put this wax away and keep it right here where I can see it. It is January 5th, 2021. It is Tuesday, and it is 1:40 p.m. and it is currently 44 degrees outside. Things like this can be really fun to add to a journal. I received a beautiful collection of fabrics. Okay, I love the way this turned out. In finishing up the page, I went ahead and put a full journal entry. I took a paintbrush with a little bit of water and put some black ink with it to just, hit that over the stamp pad and put some spots on there. Gracie, thank you for that tip of always tapping the brush on something. I added a few little stamps that are just, it's just got the lines in it. This is an old Stampin' Up! Stamp, 2005. So that one's got some age on it. And little things like that really just add interest. I probably could have done a better job at, not making them look so contrived. But it's just to show you how much different layers add to a page. I do love the way this turned out. If you want to accentuate some areas, you could come back with like a black Sharpie and add like that. Even though, it doesn't just jump out at you, jump off the page. Little marks like that can add a lot. Some white splatters would be pretty across this as well, but I went with black. I'm gonna go. I've got to be somewhere this afternoon, and thank you so much for stopping in. I hope you enjoyed this page. I will be back really soon. Bye for now.